Industrial hygiene, occupational safety and respiratory symptoms in the Pakistani cotton industry. Workers in the textile industry are exposed to airborne dust containing infectious, allergic and toxic substances. A specific respiratory syndrome in that industry was called bisonosis and chilling, first classified bisonosis based on respiratory symptoms. Organic cotton dust contains endotoxins that are believed to cause most of the symptoms: disturbed lung function, organic dust toxic syndrome, and obstructive pattern of lung diseases having features of asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. Working condition and safety measures in the selected plant were rated by trained researchers, and dust was measured and analyzed for endotoxins and pesticides. This study set out to examine 800 workers by questionnaire and to investigate occupational exposure to airborne dust, endotoxins, and other work-related risk factors in a sample of 47 industrial plants. Since workers in that industry setting are usually males, only male workers were approached. The questionnaire contained questions on age, years of occupational history, educational level, duration of working shift, 8, 10 or 12 hour, ethnicity, smoking habits, use of personal protection devices, as well as a list of medical symptoms mostly typical for respiratory diseases, or more specifically for bisonosis. Suspended fine dust was measured with two instruments: the Grim portable aerosol spectrometer, the mini disc. Suspended dust was collected with an air-check sampler model within SKCIOM sampler head and flow rate of 2 liters per minute. The toxin concentration in airborne dust samples were determined according to the European guideline using the chromogenetic LAL. In result, many hazards and indicators of poor working conditions were noted during this evaluation, such as noise, vibration, and danger of accidents were more prevalent in industries with fast-moving heavy machines. Chemical hazards might be more prevalent in other processes of cotton production, for example in dyeing. In general, small power looms were rated the worst. We can see in result table 2 and table 3 the results of the questionnaire and the determinants of symptoms in multiple logistic regressions. The highest symptoms frequency was seen in weaving factories, especially those of small and medium size. Weaving factories displayed many hazards considered in the checklist, and they also had the highest dust levels. High levels of endotoxin are detected in the early stages like opening and carding spinning, compared with the later finishing stages such as weaving. This poor condition would most likely also increase the load of piglucans from fungi. This substance classes give a signal in the limulus acid. In conclusion, cotton workers are exposed to multiple ergonomic hazards and high respiratory dust due to lack of practicing simple preventive measures. For example, ventilation, proper lighting, first aid box, compulsory use of personal protective equipment, and periodically medical checkups are warranted.